Hello, today we are drinking the 2017 Jordan Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a wine that I think is really smelling quite nice and very much in the Jordan wheelhouse in that Bordeaux style. What kind of flavors and aromas are you getting, Carrie?
I think it's a little softer than maybe our 16. It's a bit more red fruit of the cherry, but you still are getting the traditional blackberry coming through. And I really enjoy the earthiness.
Yeah, there's a little bit more earthiness for a young vintage of Jordan, and I think that's really gonna help itself with even more varied fruit pairing. This was a very challenging vintage. It was not the easiest growing season. Spring was nice and cool, but the summer was incredibly hot. There were 5 major heat spikes, 2 of which were rather untimely, one being during veraison and the other being at the very end of the growing season at Labor Day. And so it was a year where we really had to work with our growers and ask them to kind of go through and thin out some of the vines that didn't look nice and uniform and some of the clusters that were struggling a little bit. So it's a smaller vintage because we really had to do a lot of judicious thinning throughout the vineyards, but I'm very proud and excited to see what has come out. Of course, with the acidity and the lower alcohol, it's going to pair with all different kinds of cuisine. I would do pork.
I think lamb would be an excellent option. Truffles also, a truffle risotto, I think would be fantastic.
And our estate chef, Todd Knoll, has this new Duca spice that he has put together, and it's a Middle Eastern spice group, and I think it would just be fantastic rubbed on some meat with this. And I think really kind of the different rubs and variations you can play around with that earthiness and that kind of graphite.
Yeah.
And as far as ageability, this wine will do well. It will do 15 to 20 years, and sometimes with more challenging vintages, I am hesitant to really give it the full longevity. But I think if we check back in 10 years or so, we'll find that we can go even longer than that 20-year mark.
I completely agree.
I think this wine is tasting great. I'm really excited that it's finally out and we get to share it with everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.